Master Manifester. Today we're talking about feelings and emotions and how they work together in the manifestation of reality. So, feelings are the interpretation by the brain of sensations you're feeling in the body. Now, this is a loop, this is a system that is very interconnected. This is the mind body motion. So, emotions are like energy in motion. They're the sensation that triggers the feelings, the interpretation of what the sensation means. And the sensations come from the brain and nervous system, flooding the bloodstream with things like cortisol or dopamine. And your body feels either the tightness or the relaxation or the tension in different areas, and it sends signals to the vagus nerve. And that gets interpreted and it creates these thoughts that are emergent properties of trying to figure out what the feeling means. And a lot of the time, you already have presets. In fact, all of the time, you already have presets, associations about what these feelings mean. So when you are having an emotion, it's important to perfect the pause once again to notice what is the actual sensation and then try to trace that source. Like what triggered this sensation. Sometimes you can't figure it out. Sometimes it's internal, sometimes it's unconscious, and you don't even know what you were thinking about, right? That suddenly your body's like suddenly very active and upset in survival, right? And you didn't even know you were thinking about something or paying attention to anything. You weren't watching anything, you weren't doing anything, right? But there's a lot going on in the background with your mind and your body, your brain and your heart and your gut. And they're all doing different things. And they're all having different experiences and communicating with each other. So when you want to shift your state, you need to, one, notice each area of what you're experiencing, right? Is there any immediate danger? If not, then you have time to just take a minute and observe what's going on and notice, do you need to move your body? What is your body needing right now? Do you need deeper breaths? Are you getting enough oxygen? Most of the time, we're taking shallow breaths. Honestly, those are like panic breaths, You gotta shallowly breathe because you gotta hurry up and run, right? But that's the kind of society most of us live in, is that constant tension, that constant stress, that constant noticing of the different pressures from the external. But if you want to master the art of the story, the art of getting the experiences you want in the ways that feel good and satisfactory, you need to make sure to stay with your body, to stay grounded. Make sure to take those slow, deep breaths. And basically, it's not forcing your thoughts to change, it's choosing which thoughts to entertain. So we're not forcing anything, but we're letting flow what is most coherent with the kind of reality that we want to experience. And it takes practice. And practice is, doing things repeatedly, because your perception programs, the reticular activating system, it's filtering everything in reality, everything that you experience through your senses. It's filtering to make sure it matches your mental stories. And we all have a lot of confirmation bias because wherever there are gaps in information, the brain is just going to fill in whatever makes sense to reinforce your current beliefs, your core beliefs, unconsciously mostly, but also, your focused beliefs too. And look for evidence that your feelings are correct. Like it wants to prove that you're right. Remember, the brain and nervous system are prediction machines. Your whole body is a survival system. So when you can get into that area of feeling safe to allow certain things into your filters, that you accept that this thing is possible, that it's available, and that it's right for you, your attention filter will shift and allow more of that into your attention. And then also your default mode network, your autopilot, will start to shift your habits the more that you reinforce the new program underneath, which is what you do most of the time with like affirmations, thought streams, journaling, whatever, method it is that you're using, this is the goal. Changing the underlying programming of your entire system is the goal. And also getting it more cohesive, because that's going to allow you to enjoy whatever you're experiencing in your reality more. And you want to cultivate that inner connection by, you know, allowing your thoughts and emotions to be there as they exist right now. This is just a reflection of the programming that you had previous. And as you notice and pay attention and accept and realize, okay, yes, this is the old system, this is the old programming, this is the old processes. And then you can consciously choose, okay, show me more of this. Give me more thoughts about this. Your system is extremely responsive. It just wants to keep you safe. And it does. It wants to feel good. It wants to feel successful. It wants to feel like it's not in lack and not in scarcity. So you've got to cultivate that quietness within yourself, that internal focus. We call it mindfulness now. There's so many words for it. The self-awareness, the responsiveness without being too active. Like, you don't want to just be, gray rocking yourself. You don't want to be in a deadened state when you're trying to receive your emotions and trying to recognize them. You want to feel into them, but you don't want to drown in the character. You want to be in the observer, feeling into them as you see your character processing what was previously programmed. But I hope this has helped you to understand a little bit more about how emotions and feelings work together, how they uh, influence your reality. And it's really important to try to learn how to name the feeling, how to give it a specific identity, a specific process, an if then protocol. If I feel this, then I will support myself in this way. Thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe, and sign up for the Method Muse newsletter in the description below.